morning. It is Monday morning, so that means we are on a new reading vlog for Orilium, the spring equinox. I am technically behind where I'd want to be. I have finished 2 books for my studies out of the 22 that are on my list for this month. So, yep. Anyway, last night I did finish Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. I enjoyed the ending of this, but I still maintain what I said in my last reading vlog that the story wasn't for me. Like, there was just parts of it that I didn't care for, but I did really enjoy the writing. So I would definitely read more Grady Hendrix books. It's just, I didn't care about the whole pregnancy 1970s sort of location. So, yeah. Anyway, I still think I gave it a 4 stars though. Because all in all, like, I enjoyed it. I just don't know, like, it's just, it wasn't quite right for me. But I don't think it's a 3. At the moment, I've rated it a 4. Whether or not I downgrade that to a 3.5 by the end of the month, we'll see. But at the moment, I've put it in as a 4. And then I mentioned that my hold on the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, well, my time with that had finished up. But then I got a notification last night that my hold was ready again. So I only had to wait a day, which, for those of you in America, you are so lucky with your library system. Like, they're just bigger, they have more books and everything. So I pay for a US e-library card, and it has changed my ability to read digitally and audiobooks because there's just a far superior access to them. So I have my Pumpkin Spice Cafe book back, so I did read more of that last night as well, so I'm now halfway in that book and I aim to finish that today. I am also halfway through Kingdom of the Cursed. I was listening to this via audio, and so I got a fair chunk of the way through on audio, and now I've picked it up physically as well, so I'm going to do a little bit of immersive reading today. And so I was reading this while on the bike at the gym. And yeah, I'd like to at least, I don't know if I'll finish this one as well. I've got 200 and something pages left in this one. It'd be nice if I could finish this one as well as the Pumpkin Spice Cafe today. And then what else have I started? I have technically started Serpent and Dove, but I'm only a very small, like, I think I mentioned page 11 or something, if that. So I don't know if I'll keep going with that or if I'll go back to my spinner wheel choice, which was Caraval, because I really want to read that book. Like, I'm in such a mood to read that book, so I think I might just give in to that mood and pick up that book once I've finished the 2 that I've got going, because I don't want to start another one at the moment. Yeah. Or I read The Awakening, because I also really want to read that, and I currently also have the audio to that as well, and that will be due in like the next week or so. So I can either read Caraval and go through that and then read The Awakening, or I just do The Awakening first and then read Caraval. I might do it in that order. I'm excited. I can't wait for this week of reading. I'm excited for all the books. I definitely need to pick up my reading a little bit, but that should be doable. And yep, I have an hour before my work meeting starts, so I'm going to chuck on whatever sprint I am up to from the old Run-Wathon sprints, because I'm still using them to help motivate me through this, and I'm going to get another hour of reading done. Actually, no I won't. There was Patreon sprints for Magical Readathon. I'm going to watch that so that it's all magical Orilium vibes. Yes, that's a better idea. Because also, I think last year and previously, there's like secret guild points and everything if you do those sprints. So I'd be interested to see if there was anything else. So let me just... Where's my phone? I need to find it. Okay, where is Patreon? Okay, I'm definitely not going to be able to watch all of this because this sprint goes for 4.5 hours. But I will at least do some of it now and some of it later, which is exciting. Good morning. It is Tuesday morning and I have decided that I want to start doing some sprints. So I had so much fun with the Realmathon and having all the sprints all the time and in different times of the day and allowing people to join in that way, that I kind of want to do the same for Orilium and the spring equinox. Like, I get that G can only do so many on their own, so it makes it hard. So I thought I would have a go at doing my very first reading sprint. So I've put it in the Discord that it's going to happen in like 45 minutes and I will see how I go. I'm kind of nervous but also excited because if this works, it's something that I definitely want to continue with and maybe do like monthly reading sprints or something like that. And just build up the things that I'm doing on this channel that bring me happiness. So, where I'm up to, I am currently reading Kingdom of the Cursed. I haven't picked this up since last night, but I got to chapter 16, so I'm on 216. So, I didn't finish any books yesterday because I got distracted trying to set up live streams and working out how to do all that. So, I'm hoping that in these sprints I can at least get a good chunk of this read, and hopefully by the end of today I can get this read. I'm trying to think of what I've got to get done today. I need to get to the gym too before classes start. And yeah, we'll see. But anyway, and I didn't read anything at the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, so where I was up to previously is still where I'm up to. But anyway, looking forward to reading this. And I need to go and charge everything before the sprints start in 45 minutes. So I will see you then. Actually, I don't know how I'm going to record any of that because I'm using my camera. I'm going to have to maybe do a phone clip. We'll see. Good morning. It is Wednesday morning, although it feels like Thursday. My days are so out because I'm working Tuesday nights as well for the next couple of weeks, and it's just throwing what day it feels like for me out. So I had to specifically make sure I remembered to come into the studio today because I kept thinking that yesterday was Wednesday. So I'm like, no, I need to make sure that I'm at the studio Wednesday morning. But I have got here and I literally just sat down straight away and finished the Pumpkin Spice Cafe because I didn't have long to go on that and I really wanted to get it done. And oh my god, it's such a cute, sweet romance book. I loved it. Like, yes, it goes with the same sort of layout and format that they all do, and look, that's why they're popular and they all sort of have that same cozy vibe. But I really enjoyed it and I cannot wait to read the rest of the series and see what those other characters get up to and how they get together, because obviously you can start to see which characters are going to be in the next few books, and if you know the titles of those books, you already know some of the characters, so I can't wait to keep reading the series, but I can't read it this month. I cannot add more to my TBR for this month, so over the next few months I definitely want to be completing this series. And then next up, I did do a spinner wheel, and it landed on Serpent and Dove, and then the next one landed on Caraval. But instead of that, I've decided that I'm going to finally start the Zodiac Academy on Kindle, because I do have the audio of that like from the library at the moment, so I want to do a immersive read of that before that runs out. So that will be my next Kindle read. But I'm also going to start Bear Town by Frederick Backman. I read the first page of this, and this is going to be a heavy book. Okay, I'm just going to read the first little page is literally 2 sentences. So it goes. Late one evening, toward the end of March, a teenager picked up a double-barreled shotgun, walked into the forest, put the gun to someone else's forehead, and pulled the trigger. This is the story of how we got there. What the fuck am I reading? Like, I heard that this book made people cry and was, tough. I didn't realize it was going to be one of those. So it's kind of giving me 19 Minutes sort of vibes, even though I don't really know what this story is about, but I don't want to read the back of it. But 19 Minutes by Jodi Picoult, if you didn't know, is about all the different lives that are involved in a school shooting. And so one of them is the shooter. There's also the judge. From memory, there's also one of the girls that was a survivor. And I can't remember if there was other people as well. But each chapter follows different people around in the 19 minutes leading up. Well, really, it's like the day before and the days after the school shooting, but also the 19 minutes of the school shooting. And I love that book. I really do want to reread that book at some point, because I read it, I don't know how many years ago, and it's just had such a lasting impact on me. It's a hard one to describe, and I think it's because as much as there are true terrors in the world and things like that, and I'm not in any way saying that school shootings are, okay or justified or anything like that, but there is some merit to understanding the backstory to how someone's gotten to a point, and never condoning the actions, but still understanding, well, what led them to there, and what things could we have done as a society, as parents, as a school, as counsellors, or whatever situation that could have had an impact on that person. And little things like saying hello to someone when they're having a bad day can have such a big impact on that person. And I think that's a really important life lesson, it doesn't take a lot to be nice to someone, and that can have such a big impact on their day, their week, their month, whatever. So yeah, it's definitely one of those books that I do want to reread at some point, but I've got a feeling that this book is going to have the same sort of feels, and I'm just hoping that it's not so intense that it slumps me. I'm hoping that it still is quite a decent read, but I've got a feeling the Zodiac Academy being the complete opposite will help get me through. I'm just debating, I've got 20 minutes before my class starts, and I don't think it's actually a good idea to start either of them. So I think I might just wait till after my class starts and then set myself up on the couch before I need to go to the gym, reading one of them. I just don't know which one. I kind of like the idea of this because it's physical, and I do like reading physical, but I really want to read the Zodiac Academy so badly. Anyway, I will touch back later. Hello, good evening. It is Thursday night. I've just gotten home from work and I am exhausted, but I really want to sit down and read for a bit, so I'm going to continue reading Beartown and basically do that until I fall asleep and have to go to bed. So yeah, I just thought I'd check in. I haven't done that much reading today just because I've been so busy doing other things, and then in my quiet time I just put on some Netflix. So yeah, I need to get some reading done. Hey Elsa, but I would recap last week. I did a really bad job of vlogging last week. I'm not gonna lie, especially over the weekend, which I always do a bad job of vlogging over the weekend, but especially because my partner was sick, so sort of looking after him, and then we sort of did a day trip yesterday, which I'll insert footage of, but we went up north to King Lake and explored around, did a bit of walking and a little bit of off-roading, not too much, but then there was a little bit of time to sit and read, but by the end of the day I was so tired that I fell asleep in the car coming home rather than reading. So I didn't get as much read as I would have liked, but that is okay. I had a heap of fun instead. And I'm looking forward to starting a new week and hopefully getting a lot more reading done in the new week, because I definitely didn't get that much done this week. I have started to fall a bit behind in where I want to be, so I definitely want to spend some time catching myself up and getting some books read. I am just about to finish Zodiac Academy 1. I am also halfway through Beartown, and that book is definitely taking me a little bit longer than what I would like to read. I'm loving it. I'm loving the story, but I can feel the tragedy coming. And already some of the things that I've read, I'm like, this is horrible, but I still don't know who's gonna die. So I'm like, oh, and that's not a spoiler because that's like page 1 tells you someone dies. And I'm just like, I don't know who it could be, because it could be so many of them. Like, everyone is just hiding how miserable they are. So I want to get that finished ASAP and then start on with some other ones. I think up next I will be reading Caraval by Stephanie Garber. So I'm excited for that.